All right, live stream, YouTube. How we doing, guys? We are back at it. Listen, I'm gonna keep doing these live streams. I'm gonna do them as much as I possibly can because this is just too much fun to be talking to all you guys. All right, so for those of you who are new, my name is Josh Morgan, owner, creator of Momentum Productions. I'm a Los Angeles-based cinematographer, filmmaker, and I also run a YouTube channel, which is also called Momentum Productions. So on this YouTube channel, I'm trying to share a lot of wisdom, knowledge, whatever, whatever helped me become a filmmaker. I want to share all that stuff with you guys. So welcome. What's up, JJ's Adventures, Jeremiah Angus? What's up, you guys? How you doing? Welcome. Let's wait a minute or two for some new people to tune in here, and then we can go ahead and start answering some questions. Recently, actually the month of September, I've been getting a ton of brand new equipment, gimbals, lights, microphones, so we can talk about all that stuff if you guys like. If you need any advice on certain equipment, let me know because I just got a ton of equipment. I have more equipment coming in. So life is exciting in the filmmaking world. If you haven't had a chance to talk about if you haven't had a chance to look at my how to build a YouTube video studio video, check it out immediately after you watch this live stream because I talk about budgeting and what I think is the right thing to buy and what I think is the wrong thing to buy. So keep that in mind because that's all very important when you are becoming when you're being a filmmaker, because you got to know how to budget and all that stuff. Okay. B-Day, not token songs. What's up, man? Hello, sir. I'm from Bangladesh. Which camera do you use the most? I use the Sony A9 the most. That is my camera of choice at the moment. So that's what I'm using. JJ's Adventures says, you seem to be going the gimbal route rather than the glide cam route. No, not necessarily. The glide cam still provides me certain footage that gimbals cannot. However, there's one brand called Fossicam, which created a gimbal that's supposed to replicate similar moves to like a glide cam. So I think that's really cool. It's as you move the handle around with the gimbal, it's actually following the roll. So it's trying to replicate that glide cam look. But no, I still use my glide cams. I have 3 of them right now. I have 3 different stabilizers, manual stabilizers. So I will never give up on them. They are the most reliable pieces of equipment. Things that don't have a battery are extremely reliable because there's just nothing to break on there. Halvin Wolf, what's up, man? How you doing? Jeremiah says, what's the best gimbal for a DSLR? I'm using the Nikon D7000. Right now, I honestly think it's tough to say because I'm with 2 gimbals right now. I will release a video comparing all of my gimbals that I have. Right now I currently have 5 different gimbals. There's 2 that are my favorite, and that is the Moswa Air and the Filmmaker A2000. Those are like the top 2 gimbals I have right now. And those are extraordinary gimbals for cameras. So give me a chance to battle those 2 together. I want to see which one handles, wind better, stabilization better, noise. Already I know that the Filmmaker is winning when it comes down to noise. The motors are silent. I can't hear it. And I have really big ears and really good hearing. So the Moswa Air has some issues with some noise, but I'm sure that's a firmware fix. And the Jewin Crane is also extremely silent, but you can still hear a little bit of humming, something that the A2000 does not do. Halvin Wolf says, awesome Smooth Q slider tutorial. How are you liking it? Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'm liking the Smooth Q. I actually have it back there, still mounted on the slider. So it's really cool, I'm going to see my brother next week in San Francisco, so it'd be interesting. I'm going to take it with me and maybe do some shooting with it, maybe some live streaming with the gimbal. So that'll be fun. I'm excited to do that. How are you liking your Smooth Q? Let me know. So let me tell you the gimbals that I currently have. I have the Came TV Argo, which is basically the replica of the DJI Ronin. It has more advantages than the Ronin, to be honest, the Ronin M. I have the Jiwin Crane version 2. I have the Moswa Air with the remote controller. I have the Feiyutech A2000, and I have the Jiwin Smooth Q, which is for mobile devices. So I have 5 gimbals. I should be having a 6th one coming soon, very, very, very soon, from FosseCam. So I'm awaiting that gimbal to arrive. And you know, it's been a wild ride, guys. Like, the gimbal technology right now is so good, it's very difficult to compare these gimbals. Stability, I haven't seen one gimbal do better than the other. They all perform extraordinarily well when it comes down to stability. The features, however, is where things start to change. For example, the Jiwin Crane has the worst app. It's a very poorly made app. The Moswa Air and the Feiyutech A2000, phenomenal app. Very good, very user-friendly. However, there are still some glitches with the apps that I want to see fixed. But you know, there's always some little minor things that can actually be a selling point to some of you, and especially me. As of right now, because of the price and all that comes with it, the Moswa Air is, I think, the best bang for your buck. The Feiyutech, again, like I said, it does have some advantages over the Moswa Air, and one of them is being that the motors are dead silent. And we also have one more accessory mount port. We have 2 accessory mount ports on the Feiyutech and only 1 on the Moswa Air. Well, technically we have 3 on the Feiyutech because we have that tripod adapter on the bottom. So we have 3 on the Feiyutech and then only 2 on the Moswa Air and only 1 on the Jiwin Crane. So you can start seeing the advantages in that. Pablo says, "Hi, I like all your tutorials. Good job." Thanks, man. I appreciate that, Pablo. Let me know if you guys have any recommendations for some future tutorials. I'm all ears. I want to do exactly what you guys want, because that's where it matters. You know, you let me know what you guys want to see, and I will show it. So let me know what you guys think. So let me know if you guys want me to walk around, talk about some specific gear like lighting, microphones. Again, like I said, September has been a massively like I've been getting so much equipment in September, it's ridiculous. So I've lights, microphones, gimbals, all that stuff. I mean, it's making my neck hurt from all this stuff I've been holding. So if you need any advice on what kind of equipment to get for specific types of jobs, please let me know, and I would love to show you how that specific equipment works. I did so far review all of my equipment except for 3 things. I did not review the Feiyutech A2000. That's coming very, very soon. By Monday, I should have that review finished. I did not review the Jiwin Smooth Q gimbal. That's also coming. That's going to probably be next Wednesday or next Friday. And I need to review my Neewer LED panels. That's a definite must because those panels are something to definitely review. But so far, I really haven't found a negative thing about them. Maybe the diffusers could have been slightly better, but you know, regarding like light output and quality of light, I think the newer lights are such a good price for what they do. Albert Weiss is saying, "Did you give up on the idea of vlogging?" As of right now, I did, Albert, unfortunately, because I had this weird drop in viewership and subscribers to my channel. I did not want to risk it by putting up vlogs. I only want to put up educational content as of right now. The vlogs will come back as soon as my channel bounces back. Today, I received some good news from the statistics. It looks like the view count is going slowly back up, and so is the subscriber count. So hopefully it's going to continue back on that climb. Once it reaches the threshold that I set, which, you know, yeah, once it reaches that threshold, and stays at that threshold for maybe about a month or two, I'll be comfortable to start uploading even more content, more vlogs, and a wider variety of things. But until I get my subscriber count back and my viewership count back, I will not be doing that type of stuff, unfortunately. I would honestly, guys, I know it's going to sound weird, but if my channel was where I wanted it to be, I would literally just have my phone on live stream all day, because I would just take you guys everywhere I go. Just so I can show you how I live my life and see if you guys can incorporate some of the things into your life or something like that. So honestly, yeah, that's what I would do. I would just put my phone on live stream and just have it on the whole time. It's a little weird. It's kind of like the Truman Show with Jim Carrey, where cameras are always watching him and he doesn't know it. But this time I'll know. Halvin Wolf, more workouts? I don't know. Maybe I'll show some workouts. We'll see what happens, man. The GlideCam workout did a decent job. Sorry, I'm just turning on my fan here. The GlideCam workout did okay. It only got about, I don't know, maybe about 1,000 views, which is a little bit low for a GlideCam video. But then again, it probably has something to do with the weird drop of viewership and subscribers I had recently. So we'll see what happens, man. As I'm looking, I'm going to look at my statistics again right now. I'm going to show you what's going on. Well, at least I'll tell you what's going on. Right now, things are looking okay. I started seeing similar viewership numbers as before the drop, so I'm happy about that. There are some videos that used to get a lot more views. So it's a little weird what's going on with YouTube. I'm not sure what the heck is going on, but we'll just have to wait and see, guys. You know, there's not much. I mean, there's not much you can do with the algorithm. You can't really hack YouTube. But yeah. Any more questions, guys? What else do you have for me? What else do you have for me? Just wanted to hop on for a little bit and talk to you guys. Let me know. Let me know. No, that's it. No questions, guys? Really? I must be really good if there's no questions. I know that in each live stream that we put out, I answer all of your questions. BD is saying, please share how you shoot wedding videography. I don't shoot weddings. I do not shoot weddings. I could definitely share some tips with you, but there's other YouTubers out there that are specifically like for weddings. Like, for example, Mango Street. They're very good at what they do, and they do mainly, I think, wedding and event photography and filmmaking. So they're very good, Mango Street. And then there's a few other people who are actually younger, my age actually, around 25. I think one guy's name is Wedding Videography. I think that's the name of his channel. He does a good job. Wedding something, if I remember the name correctly. I don't, but there's a lot of channels dedicated just for wedding videography. There's definitely some things that I don't know about wedding stuff, and a big part of that has to do with sound. I'm seeing some of these wedding cinematographers bring like so much sound equipment with them, because at this point, sound is almost more important than video on weddings, in my opinion. Because there's certain tricks you can do with camera work that you can't do with sound. If you have bad sound, that's it, the video is ruined. But with video, like, you can make it look vintage. If some of it came out grainy, you can use that as an artistic element to help out with the styling of your video. But with audio, it's completely different. You need an audio source, you need an audio backup, you need this, you need that, you need this, you need that. So it's so tough. Especially with me, like, I'm not an audio guy. I don't like dealing with audio. I really don't. So that's one of the reasons why I don't do wedding videography. Andre, good evening from Montreal. Which software do you use for editing 4K videos from a Mavic Pro? I used Final Cut Pro. That's what I'm using. Tips on not falling into a redundant editing cycle. Good question, Halvin Wolf. You always like to pick my brain, bro. Redundant editing cycle. Honestly, don't take that as a bad thing, because that can honestly be a defining style of you as an editor or filmmaker. So don't think that just because you edit a video similarly that it's a bad thing. It's your style. It's who you are. Don't think that you got to constantly change your style. That's how Scorsese became famous. That's how Steven Spielberg became famous, because they output a certain style of direction, and I'm sure the editors that they choose edit videos and movies the same way. So don't be scared about, you know, editing your videos similarly. Clayton, what's your thought on the new Crane 2 with follow focus? Excellent question. They are supposed to send me one. I want them to send me one, but right now they're being a little weird with sending me a crane. I don't know why. But I'll give you my honest opinion from all the things that I've seen, all the pictures, all the videos. I'm not impressed. I'm really not impressed with the Crane 2. I love the payload capacity, but that's it. The follow focus doesn't do anything for me because I'm on Sony cameras. The follow focus is only compatible with Canon lenses, and not even all Canon lenses, specific Canon lenses. And I've seen a few videos showing examples of how the follow focus works. It's very choppy because it's a digital follow focus. It's not actually it's not an actual motor that's turning the gear on the lens. It's actually a digital signal that's telling the lens to do something. So out of that, you're going to get lag. Out of that, you're also going to get that weird choppiness going back and forth between different focus points. So I don't like that. Another big thing that I don't like on the Crane 2 is that the dial gets in the way of you holding the gimbal properly. You can't hold it up on the top portion of the handle. You can't, because the dial is in the way. So you can only really hold the gimbal in one position, in one area, and that is like in the middle / lower section of the handle, which is something I don't like to do. I like putting one hand on top, one hand on the bottom. That way I get an even distribution of weight between my two hands, and I get more stable footage. So I think that they did something great, but something very bad at the same time. If the dial worked with all cameras, all lenses that have autofocus, I mean autofocus motors, then yeah, I mean, I guess that would be okay, but I'll tell you right now, for me, it's a bust, because the follow focus won't do anything for me. And why would I have a useless dial on a crane, on a gimbal, if, you know, it's just pointless for me. Good question. But will I review it? Yes, definitely. And I'll try to get my hands on a 5D with an L series lens. That way I can mess with the focus system. But I'm shooting on a Sony A9 right now, and that thing has the most unreal focus I've ever seen on a camera. So I've never had an issue with focus. It automatically knows exactly what I want it to track when it comes down to focus. I never need a follow focus with that camera. It's ridiculous. And honestly, you can actually touch the screen on the Sony A9 if you want to do rack focus. You can touch different points on the screen and it'll focus on that point. So that's kind of like a follow focus, and you can change the speed in the settings of how quickly you want it to focus on a specific subject when you touch it. So that's a interesting feature there. The elementals, how long does it usually take you to between How long does it usually take you between a film idea and the actual art of shooting? One day. One day. Basically, my phone is my best friend because it holds all of my notes. I have a whiteboard right next to me, which also has some of my ideas. And usually, I just shoot the next day after I come up with an idea. However, I do have a list of like over 100 ideas in my phone. I think 30 or 40 of which I've already done. I still have like 60 left. Um, I do it in a certain order. Whatever's trending, like gimbals are trending right now, glide cams are trending, that type of stuff. Those are my priority videos. So those I do sooner. And the other videos, like maybe like lighting up a green screen, lighting tutorials, I do that slightly later on when my channel gets bigger. You know, I have a whole strategy behind the videos I release, so we'll see about that. Halvin Wolf. I missed your response to how you're liking the Smooth Q. I like the Smooth Q. I think it's a cool gimbal. Obviously I can't compare iPhone footage to a Sony camera footage, but it's still you know, it's still fun. It's something I'm gonna take with me traveling when I go see my brother in San Francisco, so that'll be fun. Halvin Wolf, have you ever written a screenplay or a short film? That's a very good question. And no, I haven't. I'm not a good writer. I'm not. I have ideas, but I'm not a good writer. Yeah, that's what's holding me back. Any more questions? Is that it? Did I answer everyone's question? No. No, I didn't. If you guys have any questions about specific like equipment like gimbals, lights, microphones, let me know. I'm here to demonstrate these products for you. When you are filming, do you have a crew or are you solo? I'm solo, baby. I'm all solo. I shot a music video last week, not last week, last year, where I needed a crew. So I shot in a crew with a DP. I was a camera op. There was a DP, director, producer, maybe like 6-7 people in the crew. Sometimes you do need a crew, otherwise you're stuck. But I would say about 98% of the time I am solo. And I'm starting Rob Rich's videos again next Monday. We had a little hiatus, so we're going back to work on Monday. Rob Rich's is a really big YouTuber with fitness, so stay tuned for that. Do you like editing or filming more? Oh, good question. Good question. It's a love and hate relationship with both. I really hate saying that, but it's true. Whenever I'm shooting on a gimbal, I enjoy filming more. Whenever I'm shooting on like a shoulder rig, I enjoy editing more. It depends on the equipment that I use. Equipment can make your job so much more fun. You'd be surprised. So it's give and take. It's really give and take between the two. What are the best battery lights out there? It's a good question. So, oh, sorry. Let me answer D's question first. Show reel. I'm working on a new one. Best way to end it. Yeah. Take your most epic shot and leave that to the end. Put that at the end. Most epic shot goes at the end. And if it's a drone shot or if it's like a Steadicam shot, whatever it is, the most epic, the most well-composed, well-lit shot, you put that at the end. And you let it drag out longer than the rest of the clips. Wait until the music fades out and have the shot fade out with the music. Nice and slow. And then your logo slowly fades in. And that's how you finish the demo reel. What are the best battery lights out there? So Kane TV makes some really great lights, like Fresnel lights. I have a few here, but they're packed up. They're a pain to get out. But These are Fresnel lights. They're battery powered. I have newer lights that are battery powered. They're LED panels. It depends on the type of batteries you have. I have lights for all different sorts of batteries. But if you're talking about lights like with MPF style batteries, like those are the most standardized batteries out there. So basically almost every single light works with them. Instead of looking at whether or not a light takes a certain battery, look at the health life, how long the light will last you, like before it just breaks, and also look at CRI rating, which is also known as color rendering index. And basically what that is it's a scale of accuracy between 0 and 100. 100 is being very accurate, 0 is being not accurate. And what is this accuracy being compared to? It's being compared to the color of the sun, or the color of the light that the sun puts out. So you want the light to be as accurate to daylight as possible. So that's what the CRI rating is. The lights I have right now are all over 90. They're actually all over 95. So that's an A rating. That's a very good quality light. The newer lights I have right now are rated at 95. The Cane TV lights I have are rated at 96. My LED panel that I put on top of my camera I think is rated at 90. You also want to look and see if they are flicker free, because if you're shooting at high shutter speeds, you don't want to see any of that weird waviness that sometimes happens in footage. That's because of shutter speed. My hair's poking out. It's being weird. But yeah, 3 things you got to look at: CRI, flicker free, and whether or not it's battery powered. That way it's portable for you. So that's what you got to focus on. Don't really focus on the type of batteries, because you can always buy batteries. They're so available. They're very available. Mainly focus on the quality of light, and also worry about the health life. The newer lights have 50,000 hours of life. 50,000 hours. It's ridiculous. So yeah, consider that. I need to know a good and expensive light for night filming. Okay, so it looks like alright, so check out this video this light I reviewed from a company called Each Shot. Let me send you the link. It's a cheap light. It's remote powered. Yeah, so you can control it with a remote controller, which is included. And it's a flexible LED light, so that means you can literally orient it any way you want. Check out this review video, my friend. Let me know what you think about that light. I also have a link in the description box where you can buy that light if you like it. It's cheap. It's like $129. Very good light, and it's flexible. And it also comes with a frame, so you can create like you can mount it on a stand. Yeah. D is saying, when you shoot to edit, life is always easier. Yeah. Shayoba McCoy. So what do you think about the Pilot Fly H245? I own the kit but never mastered it. Simple BGC has a deep learning curve. You know what? I was supposed to also get the H245 from Pilot Fly, but someone in their marketing team, I don't know what's going on, but they didn't send me one, and I requested them to send me one. They never sent it to me. But I think it's a good gimbal. I had a Fozzicam gimbal that had that similar 45-degree angle tilt. I have a Cane TV Argo gimbal, which also runs off of BGC software. The BGC software, stay away from it. Don't mingle with it. Don't touch it. Leave it alone. If you're not happy with how the gimbal performs at default, return it, get another gimbal that uses proprietary software, like the Jewin Crane or the Moswa or the Feiyutech. I screwed up my Cane TV gimbal so bad one night. It literally started spinning out of control. So it took me like probably 10 hours to figure out how the simple BGC software works, and I manually reprogrammed each motor and each encoder in my Cane TV Argo. So it's completely custom. Completely custom. Now it works better than when I got it. But if you don't want to waste time, don't get a gimbal with BGC software. Don't. If you're like me and you're very curious and you want to mingle with the software, you're going to screw something up and then you're going to be in trouble. So in my opinion, stay away from that software. Stay away from the gimbal. If you know the software, go for it. But if you don't, stay away. Raja Muhammad, how to shoot very dark situation without noisy video. Any possible to remove noise in post-production? Okay, so even in a dark scene, there is light. That flexible light that I just sent the link up a second ago, check out that light. It's dimmable, it's fantastic, but even in the low light situations, you definitely have light. However, in your situation, you're talking about noise. So what is the best way to get rid of noise in post-production? Well, some editing softwares have noise reduction already built in, but if that doesn't work, you can buy a program called Neat Video. I'll spell it out for you, Neat Video. This is probably the best noise reduction software that's out there. You apply that to your video and it will clean most of it up. But be careful, because it doesn't just clean up the dark noisy areas, it cleans up the whole entire footage. So a person's skin is going to look a lot smoother than what it actually is. So that might happen. So watch out for that, because that's important. Nathan, let's see what Nathan said. Love your work, mate. Just found your channel 2 weeks ago, looking at buying my first drone soon, either looking at the Mavic Pro Platinum or Phantom 4 Pro. Your thoughts on them to get started with. Nathan, thanks for joining the Momentum fam, bro. Welcome. So listen, both of those, I have to say, are fantastic drones. It all comes down to whether you want portability or picture quality. Those are the two factors. Which one do you favor more? Portability or picture quality? When you get back to me with an answer, I'll let you know. D, a lot of the LED lights at Sony batteries, FS770, I think my newer ones, I have some big old Sony batteries for that, they last forever. Yeah, Sony makes all these standardized batteries. Halvin Wolf, kind of personal question, do you monetize all of your content? I do monetize my content. I do monetize. You know why I monetize? Because if I don't monetize it, then YouTube monetizes it. That's a little something that you don't know. Regardless if the content creator monetizes the videos or not, ads will still be on the view page. They will still be around. So YouTube will making 100% instead of you getting a cut. So monetize your work on YouTube. Always monetize it. Get that little tiny compensation that you know, obviously you deserve. It's very little, but get something out of your content, you know? It's like a little, you know, little reward. But don't let YouTube take all of your money, you know? It's a little greedy because they take 45% and you only get 55. It should be at YouTube shouldn't be taking any more than 20% in my opinion, but they're taking 45. It's very, don't like it. Pablo, I just started making videos for my family and I like it. I bought a cheap Steadicam and a microphone. What would be your first recommendation for someone who just started? I think I'm self-taught. My first recommendation is to read and watch content as much as you can, all about Steadicams, because this is, and my channel has more than enough footage for you to watch and tutorials for you to watch. Watch every single GlideCam video I've created, and I guarantee you that after you watched all of those videos, you will be a pro GlideCam operator. I've literally done everything in the GlideCam. I've done every single video possible with the GlideCam. Running, shooting in inverted mode, balancing, fixing balancing issues, fixing swaying issues. I've done literally anything. And I'm coming out with a new balancing video for the GlideCam, an updated version. I think I'm going to release it next week. So stay tuned for that. But watch as much content as you can. Okay. All right. And which program for editing do you recommend? Final Cut Pro. Depends on if you're on a window or a PC computer. How do you change the batteries in the camera quickly when it's mounted to the gimbal? Well, sometimes I use a quick release plate. I just slide it off the plate, pop out the battery, pop up the new one, and put it back on the gimbal with a quick release system. Shayoba, I believe you're asking, I believe I saw a video where you used a monopod with your gimbal. Do you plan on doing any follow-ups, looking for some advanced techniques? I did a video where I used a tripod with a gimbal, not a monopod. I don't own a monopod. Isn't that funny? I just don't own one. I never needed one. So what I can do, I think my friend might have a monopod. I can borrow it and see if I can do a video with that. But the techniques are the same with a monopod and a tripod. I still use one leg of the tripod, so it's like a monopod in a sense. So try to see if you can incorporate that. Halvin Wolf says, my first couple of videos have copyrighted content, so I can't yet. Yeah, definitely. Alfonso says, monetizing once I get 10K lifetime views. Yep, I know that. I know that new rule. Yeah, guys, but honestly, monetize your content. Don't let YouTube take your hard-earned money. Seriously, monetize, monetize, monetize. You deserve the little bit of compensation that they give you. You deserve it. Trust me. Shayoba says, thank you for the advice and good night. Good night to you, sir. Good night. Guys, if you are enjoying the content that I'm giving you right now, please share this channel with your friends. Just take a link, share the channel, have them subscribe. That would mean the world. I'm trying to build one of the biggest filmmaking communities here. Even though I only have 22,000 subscribers, that number is increasing. So let's try and build this channel. Let's create the biggest filmmaking educational community that we can, all right? That's what I'm trying to achieve. That's what I want us to achieve, and it'll be fantastic. Halvin Wolf, thank you so much for your super chat, brother. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. D, if you get a monopod, anyone, get the belt clip thing. It helps stability and spreads the weight of the cam. Good advice, man. Thank you, D. I appreciate it, bro. Alvin Wolf, man. Thank you, brother. You're the man. Any more questions, my friends? Any more questions? Again, I've answered every single question. I am good. I am real good. Do you use the SmoothQ app with the gimbal, or do you just use it normal? And you were the first I saw to roll the gimbal over to use. I use that move all the time. I do use the SmoothQ app. In the tutorial that I released, I use the tracking feature. The app is not the best. It still has some glitches, and it makes the gimbal like kind of twitchy at times. So if you don't need like the tracking feature or any of that other stuff, try use the actual iPhone camera app and not the Juin app. They still have to fix some glitches with that. What is a good tripod? Recommendations? Yes, a company called Fancier. They're cheap, they're all metal, and they're fluid head. Let me give you the spelling here. Fancier. Check that out. How much gear do you carry with you during a regular shoot? That's a pretty vague question. Let's say if I'm going to like Rob Rich's shoot, which is basically a workout video, it's a run and gun shoot. So I take my Came TV Argo, one camera, one lavalier microphone, and an onboard light just in case it gets too dark, which has never happened. But I've had shoots with Rob Rich's where we rented out a whole gym to ourselves, and I had to set up lights, gimbals, sliders, motorized sliders. Like, it can get really intense. Elemental says, well, you tilt it down, not roll over. Yeah, I know what move you're talking about. What move? Elementals is asking, telling me that I'm one of the few people that you saw use the tilt move with the painting. Yeah. I thought it would be interesting. As soon as I got the smooth cue, I was like, huh, I haven't seen any tutorials with a smooth cue and a slider. The smooth cue has a really unique tracking feature, so I would love to see that. I would love to see that in action, and that's what happened. D, repeat clients. Do you have mostly those, or do you find work with mostly new clients? I would say it's about half and half. Half and half. I do get new clients, and I keep working with old clients. I have a very good relationship with a bunch of people, so it's half and half, to be honest. Eduardo, what can I do when my DSLR is overheating a lot? Not much, my friend. All you can do is put it in a cool area, wrap it up in a towel to keep it away from the sun, and keep it in a cool area. There was a time when I was shooting with Laura Clury. I don't know if you guys know who she is, but she's pretty big on Facebook. And we were shooting outside, and I was shooting with my A7R2 in 4K resolution. Camera overheated in about 10 minutes, and I stuck it in the refrigerator. Probably not the best idea, but I needed to finish the shoot before we lost light. So I stuck it in the fridge, and then I took it out, and it was cold enough to shoot. I don't recommend doing that, though, because a fridge is humid, and you don't want water getting in your sensor. So don't do what I did. Halvin Wolf says, I was so stoked for the smooth cue tutorial. Please make more. I will, my friend. I will. If there's anything specific you want to see me do with the smooth cue, let me know. What do you think about the new GoPro Fusion? I freaking love it, and I would love to get my hands on one. I think that's probably going to be one of the first GoPros I buy. Eventually. I'll buy it eventually. I think it's great. You guys are saying your phone overheats often? Mine doesn't really overheat. I have the iPhone 7 Plus too. It doesn't overheat. Is iMovie okay to start with editing videos? Yes, Nathan. Definitely a good program to start with, iMovie. Honestly, for what that program can do, it's great. It's fantastic. Woo! Guys, bombarding me with questions, but you know what? I answered every single one of them. I'm good. I'm good. Man. Alright, my friends. Let's go ahead and call it a night. I'm going to probably get to bed pretty early. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We're going to do many more live streams. I think we're going to do at least one more later on in this week. And thank you so much for tuning in. Have fun filmmaking. Have a great night, morning, day, wherever you are. And please, again, remember to share this channel with your friends. Have them subscribe. Let's get that subscribe count high, and that view count high. All right, so please share this channel with your friends. All right, guys, I love you all. Peace out, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.